Hi, in this video I'm going to upgrade the boring styling on the back end of my BMW M135i, and I'm going to do it for just 100 quid. And I really like the look of the Maxton Design rear valance for my car, and the Akrapovic carbon exhaust tips. But in total they come to almost 300 quid, which is 3 times my budget, so it's time to get creative. As you can see, I still have the original pokey little exhaust tips. And then this really boring rear valance, which is also grey even though the rest of the car is black, and I really don't like that, so it's got to go. And as you can see, these are used parts because I'm always trying to do my upgrades on a budget, but I think once it's fitted and cleaned up, it's going to look okay. Of course, I'm doing the fitting myself because it saves even more money, but doing it that way introduced a few challenges. Oh, geez. Coming up later in the video, the reflectors didn't fit, so I had to find a different way of mounting them. The valance just didn't want to pop in and it kept bouncing back out of the clips. And I had to bust out the cutter because the tailpipes just stuck out way too far. To do this job, I need better access underneath at the back, so I'm going to jack up on the diff and then get it up on these axle stands. The original part and this one are held on by all these little clips around the edges. You get behind there and you push these tabs back, and then you can slide them out. So I shouldn't have to take the rear bumper off, but we'll see. Okay, so next up I'm just going to take these little spats off, and I'll decide whether to refit them again once I have my diffuser on. And this is just held on by 4 wood screws. People often use wood screws for putting things through on plastic like this. And I just have the spat on the other side to do. It's just 4 screws, exactly the same. And now on the same corner where the spat was, you can see there's like a little trim fastener and then an 8mm screw. So we got both of those to undo, and just the same to do at the other side. And I'm just going to tap off this exhaust tip because it'll give me better access when I'm working under here. And they need to come off anyway. Okay. And then you guessed it, just the same to do on the other side. Now I'm just going to start at one corner of the existing valance, reach in behind and push where I know the clips are. So there's one in this corner. Oh, and actually that was a little bit loose already. Oh, geez. I didn't expect it to be quite as easy as that. So I suspect mine wasn't in all that tight, because what you'd normally have to do from the inside behind is reach and push each one of these clips from the back. Well, I've been driving this car for a year now and it never showed any signs of coming out. You can hear it snapping out of those clips. Yours may not be as easy as that. I was a bit lucky, but that's how it's done. Now I'm going to keep these reflectors, so I'm going to swap them over to my new Maxton Design diffuser. So flip that over, and at one end there's a little clip that you push, and then one there, and then it should just push out. There we go. I'm just going to repeat that trick with the other one as well. There you go. So they are pretty easy. I could have picked a better day for this, right? Well, you know what it's like in winter. Still got to get on with it. These should just insert. So the reflector is exactly the right size. But in the Maxton Design diffuser, there's not room for the little tabs that used to lock it in place. But can you see these? These are for 2 screws. And it has the center location thing there. So what I'm going to do is cut off these because they're not needed anymore, and then I'm going to put a securing screw through the back into there to hold it on. So let's go to the bench. Might seem a little extreme, but sometimes you have to be adaptable. So I'm going to cut off these tabs just with a junior hacksaw. Okay, that's one of them, and this is the next. And the same for the other reflector. Now it does mean that these reflectors will never go into the old valance again, but that's okay by me. So while I'm here, I'm just going to find some screws that are going to be suitable for holding that in. So I've got these self tappers, and I'm just going to check to see if they're going to be okay. Yeah, that feels good. I'm just pre-cutting the thread into them, because then that'll make it easier to assemble from behind when I go and put these in a minute. Okay, that's ready to go. Just do the other one exactly the same. Okay, so let's try again. So should be able to just line this up. It's important you not only have the right one, but you have it the right way up in order to make it snap into there. Okay, but that's gone in, and so I just need those screws from the back to hold it in place now. So that's looking good. I just have the other one to do. So I'm just going to spin that over, pop it in there and screw it in exactly the same. Okay, so we're ready to pop this back in again now. So all we have to do in theory is lift it back up and pop it back into all of those clips. I'm going to try to start from one side and work my way across. So you just have to push it firmly into all of the clips all the way around. But what I'm going to do is get the screws in each side so that then I don't have to worry about it falling off. And just the one at the other side too. We're almost there, except the Maxton diffuser hasn't quite popped into the clips a lot that are along here. And that's because the bumper keeps flexing away when I push. So what I need to do is support this from behind so that when I push, then the clips snick in. So I've just got like the handle of a big spanner, and I'm going to put that behind there, and then hopefully when I push, then you'll hear those click in. Or you might not hear them from over there, but we'll see. Oh, there we go. Actually, I think the answer might be a short screwdriver, because then I can get behind this more easily. There we go. Yeah, so I've got that supported from behind with a screwdriver, so now I should be able to just click this in. I think that's good. Sorry about how dark it's got. You know what it's like in winter, geez. It got dark so early. But what I'll do is I'll clean all this properly tomorrow, and then we'll have a look to see what it's looking like. But let's continue for now, because we still have our new larger exhaust tips to put on. Now these have just a clamp that holds them on, so I'm going to loosen that off to make it better able to slide on. So here I've just got some silicone grease, and I'm going to do two things really. One is I'm going to put a bit on this exhaust pipe and just inside the exhaust tip. Okay, so let's get that slid on there. Oh, doesn't seem to want to go any further than that. Okay, so another minor problem. This exhaust tip doesn't want to slide in any further, and that's because there's a pin in here on the exhaust pipe. Yeah, so this is the problem here. The tailpipe's just sticking out way too much, which used to go down the slot on the old exhaust tip, and it's preventing this from sliding any further than that. So I'm going to have to get in there and cut that off so that this can slide as far as possible, because it'll just look weird sticking out 2 inches. So let's take that back off for now. I'm just going to see if I can hacksaw that off. No, I can't get in very easily, can I? Okay, so I've decided to get in there and cut it off with a disc. It's a little bit awkward to get in. Will it do it? I don't know. We'll see, huh? I don't know if I can tidy that up at all. No, I think I'm lucky to have got it cut off. What I'll do is it's just a little bit high at the top, so I'll just get in there and file it. I'm just doing this because I know that the new tailpipe has to slide over that. Okay, so I decided 15 millimeters off the length of that. I'm just going to elongate these slots just a little bit so that this will squash properly when the clamp's on it. I might get in your way here, but that's all I'm going to do. So I just need to do that for each one of the 3. Just going to take the sharp edges off. That's the inside edge. Just same again for the outside. Let's get that back on the car and see what it looks like. Okay, slide that on. Hopefully it's going to go a lot further this time. Yeah, it has. Okay, that looks a lot better. So I'm going to nip it up at that. I'm just going to repeat this whole process over at the other side, and then we'll have a look at it. Okay, so it got a bit late last night and it was starting to get dark, but as you can see, I got the Maxton rear diffuser and these exhaust tips fitted. Hopefully you agree it's a nice little improvement for the car and at very little cost as well, so that's great. Well, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please give me a thumbs up and please consider subscribing, and maybe I'll see you in the next video. Okay, thanks for watching, bye for now.